What's up? All right, guys, I'm excited for today. Welcome to day number 4. Today is the 10x secrets, and I think you have I want you to know, so I got to go and I got to see Russell do the 10x presentation live, right? And I was not planning on going to 10x. I went because Russell was there. And the reason I went there was because you have to understand that what you're about, like if you haven't watched it yet, what you're about to see is the equivalent of the Super Bowl in sales, okay? When you go in and you see what Russell's actually done in that, it's impressive, it's amazing, it's incredible. What's incredible to me when you see that whole presentation is how dialed in every single little tiny yes, trial close, right? Story, right? Break in pauses. Like it's everything that he's saying and not saying, okay? Some of you guys are even saying that you were there. Okay, you have to understand, like, this game, it is a game, okay? It's a sport to me, okay? This game is a sport to me. I'm wearing my cash flow shirt. Woo! It's Cardone Capital cash flow shirt in honor of the 10X stuff. I did not plan that. I just realized that right now, so I'll just say that I planned it. I totally planned that. I thought ahead. Hey, guys, so what I'm going to do real quick is I want you to understand real quick. Okay, the first time I ever got started in this game, okay, I remember I was sitting back. It was actually in one of these rooms. Right now I'm going and we're trying to hire a few interns for phone closers, okay? And I was sitting in, it was one of these rooms actually. I'm on a campus right now. And I was sitting in one of these rooms and I started watching like Russell's videos while he was funnel hacking somebody else. And I was watching Russell's videos while he'd be interviewing somebody else. And I watched it, and it was all, they were deep diving into these funnels. Well, this is what I did on this page, and this is what I did on this page. This is what I did on this page. I'm like, oh, sweet, that's so cool. Okay, I kind of get it. It's awesome. And I draw it out with them to try and see if I could understand it. And some of you guys are in that space, and that's great. Okay? And then I'd go, and they'd be like, be in one industry. And then we'd go to the next industry, and I'd be following Russell, and he'd be like, I'm going to deep dive into the supplement industry now. And then we go deep dive into this industry, and that industry, and this, and I started noticing that there was a pattern in all of it. Okay? Pattern like crazy. There's a huge pattern in all of it. And what was interesting is at the exact same time, I was in marketing and entrepreneurship classes in college, and there was some conflicting messages that were going on. And I'm never going to be the guy to like poo-poo or down education, okay? Some of you guys have been nervous. You're like, well, Stephen's going to make fun of me because I have a master's degree or a PhD. No, I'm not. That's great. If you went and did it, that's awesome. That's super cool, right? Or if you didn't, that's awesome. That's super cool. I don't care, okay? I have a problem when people think that that's what's going to give them cash. That's not what gives you cash. Anyway, so, right, so I was going in and I'm learning these things from some of my professors. I'm learning these things from Russell at the same time. He's like the professor of marketing, right? and I start learning these slightly conflicting things from these two separate worlds, right? And I'd be in these classes and we'd be in front of whiteboards just like this. Here, let me show you. We'd be in front of these whiteboards just like this, right? Just like that in front of these huge classes, right? And we would have to sit there and we'd have to brainstorm these crazy product ideas. And we'd have to sit there and be like, okay, the product's going to have this, and it's going to have that, and it's going to be this cool, and it's going to be that cool, right? And we start going into the nuts zone on these products that we would actually start brainstorming, okay? And what was crazy is that Russell was saying to do literally the exact opposite, okay? Okay, he was saying, don't start in the art, start in the science, right? And that's literally my whole message today. I'm trying to help you understand that, okay? There is a conflicting belief in mainstream entrepreneurship right now. And it's what I started realizing when I first started learning this stuff, okay? We get romantic about entrepreneurship. We make it mystic, right? People take screenshots of them looking out in the freaking distance or across the ocean. I was born to change this earth. You know what I mean? Let your gifts shine. And it's like, okay, I totally get it. Okay, I get it. I understand. Entrepreneurs change the world. That's awesome. Okay. But like, we get so mesmerized by the freaking magic of entrepreneurship that we start to what I've noticed is most people will start to go into the art zone and away from the science zone. Okay? This game is a combination of art and science, but this is great news. I want you to hear me clearly when I say this. It's more science than art. So if you're sitting there and you're like, this is great, Stephen, I'm about to go and I'm going to do this stuff. I'm going to go do these things, but I'm not a creative guy. I'm not a creative girl. Well, welcome to the club, okay? That's totally fine, okay? I'm not like, I am best when I work with things that already exist and try and change from there. I'm not good at coming up with stuff that's never existed before. I'm not. Okay? And so when I started watching Russell and his first message was funnel hack, I was like, that makes so much sense. Right? Then you go read Expert Secrets and he's like, then make something a little bit new off of what you funnel hacked. Right? That's what Expert Secrets kind of talks about. Right? And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. It was the exact opposite that I was learning from all these teachers, from all these people. They'd be like, go come up with something that's totally new, something that nobody's ever seen before. And you're like, that's some risky crap, okay? To do it that way, that makes no sense to do it that way. And so I want you to, that's the whole reason I'm trying to help you guys see that and understand that. That's why I'm talking about it today at the beginning of this, okay? Because some of you guys are, I know because I've coached a lot of you, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people will sit back and they'll be like, well, man, Stephen, I don't know. I'm not really a creative person. I'm like, great, that's awesome. Can you follow a formula? And like, yeah, but check. Then you're gonna be awesome, okay? No worries, okay? We're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, so what I was doing when I went to 10X GrowthCon is I was watching Russell execute science with his version of the art. Okay? That's what I was doing. And so when you go in and you watch, if you haven't watched it yet, I encourage you to watch it slowly. Watch his presentation slowly. Go in and start taking notice of not just what he's saying, but how he's saying it, what's represented on the slide when he said that, all the little inflections in his voice, how his voice and his tonality at every sentence goes up like this, like that, because it's actually a trial close. Right? He goes, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like that? When I go up like that, every single, okay, that's a trial close. Okay? Watch all of the, and some of you guys are like, I don't know what those things are yet. That's okay. That's okay. Okay? I just want you to, I'm trying to give you awareness and exposure to some of these things so you can start to see them and know all the little things that made up this massive $3 million day. Right? $3 million 90-minute presentation. Okay? There's a pattern. There's a pattern. And when I saw that, I got so excited. Okay, I remember I was sitting, it was in one of my marketing classes, and I was sitting there and I was looking around the room, and I realized I was one of two people in the entire room who were actually trying to run a business. And I was looking around the room, and I realized that what I was learning was making me a dime a dozen. Okay, there was literally no difference between me and the other guy. I was not learning a tangible skill. There was nothing tactical. I did not know what I brought to the table upon graduating and entering the workforce. And it freaked me out. And I used that to motivate the heck out of me in learning these formulas. Okay? This game of funnels, first of all, hopefully you look at it as a game because it's so fun. Don't take the fun out of this business. Don't make it mystic. It's not magic. It's awesome to be successful. It's freaky to not know why you're successful, right? So we're trying to teach you the formulas. We're trying to teach you the things behind it. And I'm not saying anything that's kind of fluffy. I'm saying like, look, have a page that says this. Bam. Okay, go funnel hack someone in the industry and this is what you're looking for. Bam, right? And does that make sense? It's so formulated on all of it, right? And we tend to come into it, especially in mainstream entrepreneurial folklore right now. There's a lot of people out there that say things like, right, they get into the mystic side of it. And I want to I'm trying to poop on that. You understand? I think it's garbage. I hate that. It's like, we're here, like, yes, entrepreneurs change the world. And yes, I totally get it. Okay, but there's a formula to it. You don't just think and grow rich your way into actually being rich, okay? There's a mindset, yes, totally. But there's actual execution steps along the way for you to actually get successful in the game. And that's why I'm excited for Monday, because we're going to start right out, ground one. Here's square one. Here's the formula. And I can guarantee you that what will happen on Monday is we're going to stop learning so much just by watching stuff, and you're going to be required to do more of the doing stuff. Can you guys promise me that you're good with doing the doing? You understand what I'm saying? Okay? You're going to start doing crap, okay? I need you to start moving. And you're going to start moving. You're going to start moving. And it's going to feel uncomfortable. And you're going to feel weird, okay? One of my favorite things to do is when I start events is to walk through the back door and just start screaming. Whoa! And I know none of you can imagine me doing that, but it's my favorite thing to go do. And the reason why is for multiple reasons. Number one, most people don't do that. Okay? Ultimately, immediately, people know who I am. Okay? From that standpoint, 100%. Number two, though, I'm just high energy, man. When I bring, wherever I go, I'm trying to bring energy into the table. I'm trying to bring energy to the game, okay? Because when I bring energy, right, and I focus it in on something, amazing crap happens in a short amount of time, okay? I'm trying to help adapt an attitude that when you get there, you understand that you will be uncomfortable in multiple places, most likely, strictly because you've never done it before, and that's okay, okay? And some of you guys have preached in the choir, you're like, cool, I totally get it, right? And you've done this before, you've done the game before, and that's totally fine. Okay, but you guys know I talk about Tim Ferriss a lot too. I really like Tim Ferriss. He's got this cool challenge thing he does where he'll walk into these super crowded rooms and just randomly just lie down on the ground for a few seconds. And I'm not telling you got to be weird, okay? I'm not saying you got to be weird. You don't have to start making noise like I'm not saying any of that kind of crap. Okay, what I'm saying though is like you got to understand that what you're going to be doing in your profession is going to be so starkly different than what people are used to that you will feel it. Okay? And they will notice it. And you will start to get asked about it. And you need to prepare yourself mentally because people are going to come to you with tons and tons and tons of advice, right? It's like the super unhealthy person giving you health advice, right? And you're like, wait, how much money have you made? You're like, yeah, that's never going to work. You're like, wait, but you're broke. Stop giving me money advice. Okay? Start getting really, 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 really super, super critical on who you listen to and who you don't. You understand? Don't go listen to someone who's broke and the money advice they have. Don't go listen to somebody, right? Let their actions and lifestyles speak for themselves. Okay? So this one time I was walking out of an event that I just run, and I was walking back into the offices, and Russell was there, and he was walking back to the main office where he was, and he saw me, and he goes, "What's up, man? I was just talking about you." I was like, "Oh, sweet. I love it when you do that." And he goes, "I wish more people were like you." And I was like, "I'm really curious on what made you say that, but yeah, keep going, man. I'm loving this so far." And he goes, "I was just talking about how you follow the principle of you follow whoever has the biggest cheese." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Well, think about it. You came and you found me because, like, I'm the funnel guy. I'm the best at funnels. So you learned from the guy who has the biggest cheese in the funnel game." I was like, "Yeah, sweet." He goes, "But you also did the same thing with fitness. You went and found, like, the buffest dude. I went and found the buffest guy on YouTube I could find, and I just messaged him. I didn't know if I could pay. I didn't know if I could hire him. I just said, 'Hey, I want to hire you. Make a meal plan for me.' And he made my meal plan. Okay. I went and I grabbed. I was like, man, I'm dumb. Who do I go learn from? And I went and I learned from great people who know how to learn, right? And that's not me saying like, oh, check at me, like, look at Stephen. Okay, I'm not trying to say that at all. Okay, but stop listening to stupid advice. Okay, and what I want you to understand, what I want you to do with this whole thing, I want you to do this with this game. Okay, you need to know how to go in. You need to know how to go in and identify who has the biggest cheese. So if you're trying to learn funnels, welcome, you found it. Okay, this program, ClickFunnels, Russell, he's right. He's got the biggest sausage number one, baby. Right, he's the great person to go listen to for this. Right. Okay, but be really careful on this because when you go in and you start actually doing this, people are going to get really offended that you're making progress. You will visibly have the appearance of somebody who's doing crap in life. Okay, and it will begin to offend people. And be willing to accept that. That's totally okay. It's making sense so far? Real quick, what I wanted to do is this. So I know you're watching 10X. Okay? And 10X is super cool. And what I want you to do, I want you to see the pattern. Okay? When I understood that there was a pattern, a lot of my false beliefs on executing left. And that's why I'm spending so much time on it. Okay? There's a pattern to a successful funnel. Regardless of industry, price point, product, I don't care what it is, there is a pattern. Okay? There's a pattern to all of it. When people adhere to the pattern, they have success more, their success is more likely, and it comes with more speed. Okay? Their speed increases, and they also get the result honestly easier. When they adhere to the pattern. When they don't adhere to the pattern because they're going to add in their extra little piece of glaze. Okay? That's where they get into the crap zone, okay? That's where they get into the crap zone. So when I realized that there was a pattern to webinars, okay? Because you guys know that what he's doing on stage at 10X is a webinar. He's just doing it on stage rather than over a computer. Okay? Watch the pattern. Okay? That is the greatest sales script ever. Okay? It's not just a webinar script. I use it for everything. I use it to sell books, high ticket stuff, low ticket stuff, free stuff. Still got to sell things that are free. Okay, I use it to sell applications. I use it to sell obviously webinar stuff. I use that script for everything. Okay, don't just get fooled into thinking that what you're watching is just for a webinar. It's not. It's the greatest. It's the perfect sales script, not the perfect webinar script. Okay, now here's what's interesting about this. I want to teach you guys real quick how I left ClickFunnels in a way that I knew I'd have cash. I did not have a second source of income when I left ClickFunnels. Okay, it's a little bit risky. I don't recommend that. I'm not telling you to do that. Okay, what I'm telling you though, right? What I'm telling you though is that I understood the pattern, right? By that time, I had built almost 500 of these sales funnels. Almost 500. Probably about 100 were revenue funnels. Some of them were just fulfillment ones. Some of them were service-based ones. Some of them, right? I'm talking 100 were probably high-ticket revenue funnels, and they brought in just millions of dollars, right? And so there was a pattern, right? And it's what I lived in, breathed in. I literally dreamt in the editor, literally a lot. I would brainstorm headlines in my sleep, like 3 months into working there, just because I was so obsessed with it, okay? So when I left ClickFunnels, this is how I left, okay? I decided I would call my shot. And I was like, you know what? Watch. I will be the hook. I will be the hook. We're going to learn about hooks, I think, next week. I said, I will be the hook. Watch me, okay? I left with no product, no sales funnel, no sales message, no offer. Okay, I had nothing. Yeah, fishing hook, right? I had nothing. And the reason why I did that, okay, is because I was trying to prove a point. Okay? Now understand, I was already very versed in this when I left. I am not telling you to do that. I had a pregnant wife, 2 kids, and a mortgage. Okay? Super risky. Okay? Super risky. But I was trying to prove a point. Okay, so when I left December 31st this last year. Let me just walk the pattern through real fast of what I did. I'm trying to lay it out for you so you know exactly what I did so that it wasn't risky. Because it wasn't risky. Because of what I knew. I knew the pattern. I had practiced it. I had known it. I had done it like crazy. I had done it in my sleep. I brainstormed whole scripts in my sleep. It was like, it's my obsession, baby, right? It's my obsession. Huge, pure obsession. If you don't have obsession or it's hard to get obsessed, you're probably selling the wrong thing, okay? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. So here's the pattern. December 31st, I left. There's nothing. That was a Friday. Or a Thursday. Anyway, January 1st was a Monday, so that doesn't make sense. It's the 29th. Okay, anyways, January 1st was a Monday. I was officially on my own. I go in, and I was like, you know what? I should sell a product. yeah, you think? Like, I need cash, right? And so what I did is I said, you know what? I'm going to go in and I'm going to not focus on the product because that's not what makes money. We're going to talk about that later in a future date. Products are not what make money, but so many people fixate on the product, thinking that that's what gives them the cash. That's not what gives them the cash. And so first thing what I do is I focus on a sales message. Okay, which is what we're going to help you create first, which is why we're creating it first as we move on, especially as Monday starts. Okay, I'm going to create a sales message first, not a product. Products don't sell themselves. Products don't make you money. Products is what fulfills on a promise. The promise that the sales message made. The sales message is what makes the sale. The sales message is what makes the, right? What's crazy about that is that I can make a sales message and have no product and make money without having a product. Okay, and then just make the product after I sell it. That's what I did. So, January 1st, a Monday, I was like, okay, here we go. Let's come up with a hook. I'm going to come up with a story, and I'm going to brainstorm an idea for an offer. I put that on a registration page for a webinar. So, day 1, I built the registration page. I built the registration process, right? And that was it. I was like, come to a webinar. It's on Thursday. There was no script. There was no offer. There was no sales message. There was nothing. Okay? On Tuesday, literally the next day, I was like, you know what? I should probably write the script. So I spent the whole day brainstorming what the script items should be. I didn't even get into script writing for a while. Okay? I didn't even get into it that day. I just brainstormed what those things were. I did a ton of deep research. I figured out exactly what I needed to go do to actually create this thing, right? And the pressure's on, right? I'm by myself. I'm calling my shot. Babe Ruth style, baby. I told a ton of people to watch me. Okay? And I was like, I know the pattern, so I'm going to be all right. So you watch. Okay? So that's what I did. We'll teach you how to create good hooks next week. Okay? So I first, day 1, made the registration process. Tuesday, day 2, I made the actual script. Day 3, I was like, you know what? I should probably make it easy for people to pay me money. So I made an order page, and I made a members area, and I put a few things in there. Okay, a few things in there. I didn't make a product. I just put a few like things that just 1 or 2 things that I already had, so that people could scratch the itch a little when they bought. Thursday, the next day, right? And I remember I'm promoting it every day. I created the registration page and I promoted. There was no webinar or script or anything. Tuesday, right? I made the sales script and I promoted again hard, right? Wednesday, I made the order page and the members area and I promoted hard. Thursday, I did the webinar in the afternoon so I could have the morning to finish the script, which I finished 2 minutes before the webinar started. Okay? I did the webinar in front of people, and this is what you're going to learn. You don't have to make it this high stress, guys. You don't have to do that. Okay, but I went in and I created, right? 2 minutes ahead of time, I finished it and I went in and I did it and pulled 19 grand, which was awesome. I took that 19 grand, dumped it immediately back into ads. Okay, then I went in over that first month, I pulled 59 grand from a product that was not yet created. Okay, and there was no bait and switch. I told them that. I said, look, this is not done yet. I'm giving you beta pricing. Why don't you come on in? And I'm going to build this out 1 week in front of you, 1 week at a time. And that way you can give feedback and I can make sure I built exactly what you guys needed. And I built the product with the customer. Easiest way to make products ever, okay? And they love it. It's awesome, okay? Isn't that crazy? Why could I do that? I knew what the script was, right? I knew the pattern was for the script. I knew what the pattern was to get someone to register. I knew what the pattern was to make a hook. I knew what the pattern was for the offer. I knew what the pattern. It's all systems, baby. Okay, that's all this game is, and that's what I'm trying to help you see. When you go in and you watch the 10x presentation, you are watching, in my mind, like probably the best pitch that is even in existence today. Okay, everything that he has laced in. When I saw that script, I was seeing that, my face was just melting. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the Super Bowl of sales pitches. I mean, it was so freaking good. So if you've watched it, I encourage you to go watch it again. I actually downloaded 5 of Russell's high-selling webinars. I ripped the audios from him. It's 12 hours long, and sometimes I will just listen to it on repeat to just hear him pitching. Okay, I want mat time, man. Give me mat time. I want time on the craft. Okay, it does not come without tons and tons and tons and tons of time beating on your craft. Okay, just over and over and over and over and over. Spend time. I need you to obsess. Okay, I need you to obsess. Okay, and it doesn't come without tons and tons of patterns. Okay, Roger, great. You said you already watched it already. Okay, you understand? I know a lot of you guys are obsessed, which is great. Which is great. Okay, I want you to know how to do this game. It is a pattern, and it's the reason why a guy who got kicked out of college can make great money. Okay, a guy who got kicked out of a lot of things can make great cash. Okay, and now. My goal is 10 grand a day. Okay, that's what I try to bring in. Do I always hit it? No, but I hit it more often than not now, which is crazy. Okay, that's huge for me. That's huge for me. I'm comparing me to me. We could barely eat our first year of marriage. I told you guys that story the very first day. Okay, and it's because of the pattern. Okay, anyone can do this game if they're willing to do 2 things: obsess on the pattern. Maybe add a little bit of art in of their own spin and creativity. It's mostly science though, it's not art. Okay, mostly science, patterns. And then number 2, the second thing, if I can get you guys to learn to become an attractive character, okay, meaning a followable individual. If you can learn to become a followable leader, those 2 things, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. The internet could die, okay? Everything could go away. We could lose computers, okay? It doesn't matter. It's the same script I use on stages. It's the same script I use on webinars. Same script I use everywhere. That script is the best script for selling anything anywhere. Okay? It is the thing that has made me all my cash. I use it all over the place. Any one of my podcast episodes, it's just a freaking mini webinar script. They don't know that, but that's what it is. Okay? I'm just following the same pattern in all these places because it's the most amazing place to break and rebuild belief patterns. It's the same freaking thing we're doing to you on week 1 of this. All we've done is we've identified a whole bunch of false beliefs that I know you're going to have, and I'm just telling stories. And it's breaking a lot of your beliefs. It's the same thing. Okay, and I want you to understand how powerful the game is when you realize the potency of what you have, of what we're giving you, okay? Who cares how good your product is if you can't sell it? Don't go sit around and make up this amazing product, right? You know how cool inventions are like, there's got to be some amazing inventions that are out there that no one's ever heard of, okay? That no one has ever heard of. I told you guys, remember that first product I made? I thought it was all about the product. I spent 8 months building it. All my discretionary time was in it. I was sacrificing time away from the family, away from everything. I was giving up lots of stuff in my life. And when I launched it, it was extremely painful that nobody bought it because I thought success was based on the product. Okay? I'm not saying to make crappy products. Okay? I'm not saying to make crappy, but I'm saying it's not what actually makes the sale. Don't fool yourself and know how to sell. Okay? A lot of times, like the 10X Growth Con, watch how you're sold. I love being sold because of that now. Okay? I love being sold. I love it when a door-to-door salesman comes in my door. I love it when someone starts to pitch me because I'm watching them. I'm like, okay, sweet, trial close. All right, sweet. Oh, that just got over here. Cool. He gave me a dopamine hit in this part of my head because of that. Awesome. He gave me a boom. All right, sweet. Oh, that's a great boom. Oh, man, I'm going to use that, right? And I know I'm usually going to buy. I'm the easiest person to sell ever. And I'm cool with that. I buy a lot of stuff for that reason. Anyway, it's just making sense. Hope you guys are feeling me on that, okay? It's because of the pattern. I'm going to say it again because I'm trying to drill this point in, okay? It's because of the pattern. It's because of the pattern. I can't remember what tomorrow's is, but I'll look it up real quick here. And I got a cool story for you guys. I want to share with you guys something really, really cool. And it'll help drive the point a little bit. But there's a really cool story. There's something that's very personal and very impactful for me, which I want to share with you guys. It's a personal story, very personal. Was debating on whether or not I should share it. So I'll share it tomorrow with you guys. I'm excited about it. But I just want you guys to know, it'll tell you guys more about why I'm so passionate about this thing. Because for so long, the question that I would walk around asking myself is, what should I sell? What should I sell? What should I sell? I know what I would do in that guy's scenario. I've been reading all the books. I've been going through all the trainings. I know what I'd sell in that guy's scenario, but I don't have a product, right? And I'd be like, what do I sell? Should I go into this? Should I go into that? I know some of you guys are in that zone, and you're like, man, I don't know what to sell. You're like, I feel like I know what to do in this marketing strategy, and that marketing strategy, and that marketing strategy, and that's all great. But for so long, I was so obsessed with the question, what do I sell? And it like haunted me. It was constantly just like, bro, what do I sell? What do I sell? That question never left my brain for years. And it was the biggest fallacy, believing that that is what actually I needed in order to get money. And it wasn't. It was about it was about the sales message. How do I sell? So when I started learning that, I deliberately did door-to-door sales to learn how to sell. Okay, I deliberately was a telemarketer. Okay, I was that guy. I don't care. Because when I started learning how to do that, and when I started learning how to actually make the sale happen, right, it didn't matter what the product was. And that was the biggest secret. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're selling. The pattern for selling is the same. Okay, and so obsess on that part of it. There's always going to be a ton of products out there. And brainstorm, I'll show you guys some cool product brainstorming techniques. We got some awesome product creation secrets, things like that. Really fast ways to make products. That's actually not the hard part though. Okay, that's not the part that is what trips people up. So take focus off of like, what should I sell? And instead think of how should I sell it? And you're going to go in and you're going to think about the sales message itself and go focus solely just on that. So if you've watched 10X, I encourage you to watch it again and watch how he's selling it. And what I want you to notice, I want you guys to ask this question. When you get to the last part, we call it the stack, right? And he's going through all these products. You're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this. Ask yourself this question. When did he talk about that product right there that he just mentioned in the stack? Where did he talk about that prior in the sales message? And 90% of the time, you're not going to be able to answer that question because he won't have. But you'll have feel sold. You will feel as if you've been sold. And you're like, wait, what caused me to feel sold? Fascinating question, isn't it? I'll tell you the answer to that tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. Guys, hopefully this has been awesome. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and hopefully you've had some eye-opening experiences. I wish someone taught me this in my several years of, it took me 5 years to go through college because of Army and all this other stuff and taking off time here and there, stuff like that. And I'm glad I did it. But man, you guys are getting like the cutting edge crap on what actually makes success happen, okay? Don't obsess over the pixel width of something on your page. That's not what causes the sale. Don't obsess over your logo. Man, it took me 6 months to get a freaking logo on my main product because that's not what makes sales. Don't worry about a slogan. Don't you dare start brainstorming a mission statement. Okay? None of that crap is what actually makes a sale go down. And that's the big question. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to help you guys understand. I'll end with this. There's a great book called Rework. I love the book Rework. Okay? Rework is awesome. He talks about the concept of a hot dog stand. And he says, can you have a hot dog stand without relish? Yeah. Can you have a hot dog stand without buns? Technically, yeah. Can you have a hot dog stand without hot dogs? No. Okay? What I'm trying to help you guys identify is what is the core of the sale itself? What causes that? I'm not going to just give you the answer. I will tell it to you tomorrow, but I hope you brainstorm on that. Why am I sold? Because it's not the product. What is it? What's doing that? And what's changing the way I feel that makes me want to go do that? All right, guys, thanks so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you guys go watch 10X. Please fill out the PDF as well. I've really enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.